Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm attempting Little Simsie's new shell challenge, and I started with the roofing because I knew that that would be the most difficult part of the whole thing. And as you can see, I'm already using a lot of roof pieces, and at first I thought maybe I would do some kind of asymmetrical thing like that, but then I decided that I would use that angle and put down the roof so it actually meets up in the middle. Um, and yeah, I think it worked out okay. It looks fine. There is of course a little bit of a kink in there, but I think that looks fine. I think it's realistic enough and makes sense in that context. But of course, that wasn't the end of my trouble, basically, because there is still a lot of roof left to do. I had the main roof, at least in my opinion, and now I need to decide, okay, where's the front? What am I going to do with the other spaces, and so on. And I decided that I would do a little bit of a front porch and a little bit of a back porch. And with that bump out that exists from the ground floor being larger, I would do a balcony to the back basically. And in the front, I used those two bump outs to create the front porch. It's a quite small one, but I think it makes sense how it is. And of course, because everything is on a diagonal, which, trust me, I'm going to curse when I'm doing the um, floor plan because that was a struggle. Um, but yeah, at the moment, I'm happy with what I had with the roofing. I think it looks good how I did it and realistic, and yeah, I was just happy with the roofing that I got done. I was quite surprised that I hadn't like hadn't had more difficulties. I just struggled with the bump out in the roof. At first I used another roof and then I went with the gabled one, and I think it looks good. Especially I think it looks good from the front with that angle. Just that, um, yeah, that bump out looks really good. Now I'm doing the windows, and I decided to go for a white building with brown windows and like those columns. I thought that that contrast would be really nice and make a lot of sense. Now I'm doing the floor plan, or I'm starting to do the floor plan, and as you can see, I already had like a little bit of floor plan going there, but then I noticed, okay, I don't really have any straight walls for the kitchen, so I did it again and started again and tried to do something with straight walls for the kitchen, but that was a bust as well. And yeah, I went back again, tried it the other way around with the stairs, but that didn't work either. And I tried and I tried again, and it was really difficult to find something that actually worked. And now I thought, okay, now I have enough space the for the kitchen downstairs and for the other like rooms that I needed. So I moved to the second floor and I did the floor plan. But then I noticed, oh yeah, I have a third floor and I need to be able to get up there as well. And for that, I at first thought, okay, I can do a ladder. That doesn't really like that's not a problem. But then I didn't have a space that made sense for the ladder. So I went downstairs again and searched through the floors. I thought maybe I would just do something else until I thought of something, but then I decided no, that doesn't work, and I deleted the whole floor plan that I did and started again. So yeah, I thought about cutting it out, but I just wanted you to suffer with me basically. And I think with that attempt, I started with the second floor this time instead of the first one, just so I knew where I could put down the stairs to the third floor, and I think, yeah, no, that's not going to work either. Yeah, it's not the final floor plan yet. As you can see, I'm struggling with the first floor at the moment and trying something, but yeah, it's still difficult to manage. And yeah, I thought I had something with that long hallway, but it just didn't really make sense how it was laid out. So I decided to delete it again and do it again. And I thought maybe I needed to move the stairs somewhere else, um, just to the other side. And I think actually now is the, like, at least the final place for the stairs is decided now. And now I still needed to draw the walls everywhere. And I started with the first floor again. I did a little bit of a weirdly shaped bathroom downstairs, but yeah, it's just a half bath, and I thought that would make a lot of sense to have. And I decided that I would do a galley kitchen, because otherwise it just wouldn't fit. So that's what I put down the fridge for that. First, I did the lighting, which honestly I probably should have done that earlier. Maybe it would have helped while I was doing the floor plan. But yeah, that is the final floor plan that I did, and I actually think it makes a lot of sense how I did it, and I'm actually happy with that. Um, and yeah, it was a like struggle to actually manage it, but yeah, as I said, I think in the end it turned out quite good, and I was really happy with what I managed. I also really wanted a shower in the upstairs bathroom. I'm not sure if it's actually usable, but I know that the bathtub is usable, so I thought it doesn't really matter if the shower isn't. Maybe it's only decoration, but yeah, I think it could potentially be enough space there. But as I said, I'm not actually sure. At the moment, I'm just putting stuff down in the different rooms to, like, yeah, denote where everything is going. And because this floor plan was such a struggle, I decided I want to do the outside now. So that's why I'm outside. I'm doing the color, and I just decided on white stucco, and that weird bump out in the front I decided to turn into a chimney, as you can see, and I used a stone there, and I actually think it actually looks good from that angle, um, for the angle where you see the chimney. It just looks really good, I think, and I'm really proud of that. I then did the floor tile outside, and I went with a stone that I don't often use, honestly, just because I think it looks a little bit strange. The stone is a little bit too blue sometimes. I think, and the contrast is really weird. I don't know. I really like it, but at the same time, I think it looks a little bit weird. So I don't use it often. But in this case, I thought it would fit quite well, so I put it down. And now I'm starting with the furniture for the outside. I put down a table for that and also some planter boxes, and then I decided to do the landscaping. And at first I did the terrain paint for that. I don't often do that. I usually just put down flowers and trees, whatever I think is good. But in this case I started with the terrain painting, just because I wanted the layout to be finished already before I started with the actual plan. And I decided to have a little bit of a space for the child that I wanted to live there, and I decided to go for sand in that area, and I also put down a hot tub and several spaces where I would just put plants. and that's what I'm doing at the moment. So I'm putting down trees. I decided on the really large oak tree, I think it is, and I also decided to put down some trees in the front. I actually don't think I would need it to hide anything in the front, because I do think that it looks good from the front even without the trees. I don't need to cover anything this time. Sometimes I do use that trick to just use some plants to cover something that looks a little bit weird, but in this case I actually think it looks fine from the front, so I didn't think that I actually needed it. But of course, plants in the front and some trees do look good, so yeah, it's not only to hide any mistakes that I potentially did. I also put down some lights, and in the next video I'm going to be showing you the inside, how I decorated it and stuff, but this is enough for one video, I think. Now you can see some screenshots of the build. I hope you like it. You can download it from the gallery. My ID is tggsims, same as my YouTube channel name. I also hope that you liked the video and will consider pressing the thumbs up button and subscribing. Thanks very much for watching and have a great week. Bye!